Eric Schipper is Senior Vice President for Public Affairs at Penn National, one of the 4 casino companies competing for a permit to build a casino in Western Massachusetts. He joined me in the studio recently to discuss Penn National's decision to look at Springfield as a site for their next development.
Well, first of all, Penn National spent a lot of time during the legislative debate on this issue looking for the right fit for our company. And we knew we wanted to be in the western part of the state. We have grown up as a company in communities very much like Springfield. We grew from a single racetrack operator to what is today the largest operator of regional facilities in the country, facilities like we're proposing for Springfield. And so from an access standpoint, Springfield made terrific sense from the intersections of I-90 and I-91, 291, and to be able to cut off the supply line for the Mohegans who've been going down and poaching the Hartford market, recapturing those dollars for the benefit of Massachusetts, a whole host of reasons. This was just the right fit for us.
Let's talk a little bit about the Penn National proposal. $807 million, single phase, means you do it all at once. You're looking at a 300,000 square foot casino, 500-room hotel, parking garage, quite a project on the fringes of downtown and into the north end.
That's right. This is a transformational opportunity for the city, and our project would create a tremendous ripple effect for the rest of Springfield. So with our proposal, it's going to cause the relocation of the Republican newspaper. And they're going to split their operations into the publishing side will go to the very heart of downtown. The printing side will go off to another part of Springfield, remaining within the city, and many other positive benefits that will help to revitalize the downtown core. But the engine of that is our $807 million proposed facility, Hollywood Casino Springfield.
Let's talk about this city as you come to it. So many questions to ask, but this is a city that is increasingly a city of color, a city of Latino population, a city of African American population, a city of Asian populations. What kind of effort will there be, or is there, what kind of outreach by Penn National to connect with those parts of the population and to include them in your planning and in your employment numbers?
Well, we are very aggressive in our outreach to the minority community and appreciate the diversity in this community and have some local diversity consultants from this area who are helping to help us branch out and spend a lot of time talking about the aspects of our proposal, talking about the types of opportunities that can exist, both in terms of the jobs in the facility, the construction of that facility, and the purchasing of products after we get underway. You know, there's some companies that just check the box and say we're going to do as well as other companies that have built in this marketplace. Penn National is not one of those companies. We meet and exceed all of our diversity goals in our jurisdictions and expect the same for Springfield.
The state of Massachusetts at this point is moving to fund programs in community colleges, Holyoke Community College, Springfield Technical Community College, to specifically train people for the gaming industry, for hospitality and everything that goes around what an operation like yours or any casino would need. How important is that to you coming here?
Very important. There really is not a cookie-cutter approach that you can take to hiring in a community, training, starting with the partnerships that we have invested in already through the memorandums of understanding we've signed with the local schools. We want to help them develop key curriculum that will take care of this new industry that's coming. And that's everything from food and beverage service to marketing to the niche aspects of our job that'll be created. But one of the key things too, we talked about diversity, literacy programs, understanding the types of licensing that you're going to need from the state, understanding the process, early childhood development for our parents of our workforce. These sorts of things you have to take holistically and look at the broad, comprehensive picture of what it means to hire locally a workforce. And our commitment is to hire at least 90% of our employees from this area.
How about utilizing local suppliers as well? An awful lot of businesses say, wow, it sounds like a great idea for the economy, but what's it going to mean to my business that supplies X, Y, or Z to the local community?
That's right. So we're going to be buying locally, purchasing locally. And again, we want to drive the train in terms of the types of participation you can have at our property, as opposed to leave that to some outside interest. And what I mean is, we will be reaching out and establishing direct relationships with our vendors and making sure that minority vendors, for example, have an opportunity to compete for our business. And once we establish that relationship, we don't view it as a one-off transaction. We view it as a long-term partnership that we want to engage in with these local businesses.
You mentioned a minute ago that the Springfield Republican, both its editorial functions and its printing functions would split and move. And I know we've talked about a village square that would become kind of a focal point of activity downtown for their editorial processes. Likewise, the Peter Pan, the bus terminal, would also be under your footprint, if you will. Big changes there, and I know Mr. Picknelly is a partner with your operation, if partner is the right word to use. But what are you envisioning there for them?
Sure. Well, first of all, Peter Picknelly is a partner. It's the perfect word. He's a 50% partner of ours in a joint venture. And we're very proud to have him, given his 80 years of family history here in this community. Peter Pan Bus Transportation Center will be moving across the street to Union Station if we're fortunate enough to win this license. Part of our proposal and the proposed ripple effect will be to help accelerate the plans of the Phase 2 development of Union Station. And that would include additional office space, additional parking, another level of that garage. That then will be tied into our facility through the use of a sky bridge so that there can be a seamless integration between Union Station and our facility. And of course become a transportation hub for the entire region with Peter Pan's new offices, or new transportation center. The offices for Peter Pan, we'd be looking at moving those to 31 Elm Street, incorporating yet another building into our project and into the ripple effect.
You also talked about refurbishing the Paramount Theater, which is just a little ways down, I guess, if you will, from the center of your proposed operation. That would be the principal entertainment venue for Penn National.
Yeah, and it's important to understand that the legislative intent here is to make sure that you are supplementing what's in the community and working in partnership with existing entertainment venues in the community and not supplanting them or forming competition against them. So our plan to help refurbish and bring back to life the Paramount Theater will be done in such a way that we will not be offering shows that will compete with City Stage or Symphony Hall or indeed the Mass Mutual Center. When there are real big shows at Mass Mutual, we will be working in partnership to have our customers go to those types of big events. So at our theater, we're going to have musical acts. We're going to have acts that are frankly also geared towards the Latino community, who has come to enjoy some of the shows and the cultural events that are held there. It's bringing back a really historic venue back to life, and we're very proud of that partnership with Mr. Flores and the New England Farm Workers Council.
I have always heard and read that if you're a Walt Disney World or if you're a major casino, you want to cloister your visitors. You want to keep them in, you want to keep them doing what they're doing at your operation, and yet you're talking about the Paramount taking people out of your buildings, if you will, into other places. Is that just old-fashioned thinking, what I'm saying about the cloistering, or is Springfield different?
You know, it's a different model. There are two models when you look at casino development. The Palmer proposed model is to become an island unto yourself. Have people get off the highway, come into your facility, dine, have their entertainment, play their games, and get back on the highway, never to be seen from again. That's a fine model, works for them well down in Connecticut. Our model is one of integration. It's one of reaching across the community and partnering up in the model of a rising tide lifts all boats. That's what we want to accomplish here. And you asked earlier on, why Springfield? Well, we had an opportunity to go out in the middle of a cranberry bog somewhere and build that island unto ourselves. And we decided our model is about urban renewal. It's about revitalization. It's a model that has worked well for us in communities like Springfield across the country. It's in the sweet spot of what we do as a company. And so we're very confident in our ability to have a transformational effect on this community.
I'm sure you would have liked to have heard the city recently say, we're only going to talk further with Penn National, but in fact, Mayor Dominic Sarno said, I'm going to keep talking about these plans with both the proposed developers for Springfield, Penn National, and also MGM. Your reaction to that, and what, if anything, does it tell you about what's ahead?
I think it's a win-win for Springfield. Look, MGM is a great company, and Penn National is proud to be in competition with them. I think both of us offer a different vision for Springfield, but a positive, profoundly positive vision. And so we're delighted to continue the dialogue with the city, as I know MGM is, and it's good, healthy competition that will benefit ultimately Springfield as the city extracts as much value out of this investment as possible.
Well, Eric Schippers, Vice President of Penn National Gaming, thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.